Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Forged into infinity stones.
Hey everybody, so Thor Ragnarok is out. Hopefully you've had a chance to see it. I've gotten so many questions about where all the Infinity Stones are, where the Soul Stone is, so that's what this video is going to be about. So just careful for Thor Ragnarok spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. If you are finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get everything, because there's a whole bunch of Infinity War coming before the end of the year, and there's giveaway stuff that I'll explain at the end of the video too. People were like, oh man, is the Soul Stone going to show up during this? There were so many theories about where it would pop up. I thought it might even be inside Thor's hammer, but surprise, surprise, there was no Soul Stone to be found. So people were like, oh, there's no Infinity Stone. But you have to remember that the Tesseract was in Odin's vault. The Tesseract is the Space Stone. So there was an Infinity Stone in Thor Ragnarok. And because it seemed like Thanos was in one of those post-credit scenes, it's like he's coming to collect the first stone that we ever saw in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've already done my post-credit scene video, I'll link that at the end of this, but since I've made that, Kevin Feige has publicly come out and clarified what that ship was. He says, we call it the Sanctuary 2. If that name doesn't sound familiar to you and you're not freaking out, Sanctuary is the location of Thanos' home base inside the Black Quadrant. Like you look at this subtitle here for Guardians of the Galaxy, it says Sanctuary. In the comics, he has a giant spaceship. It looks like this. I mean, he's had a bunch of different versions of it. There's no official name to it. So without being super on the nose about it, he's saying, yeah, that's pretty much Thanos. That's the ship you'll probably see him in at the beginning of Infinity War, even though if you've seen that Comic-Con footage, he's in a slightly different ship and he sort of portals in when you see him in the scenes fighting Avengers. But that's because he has the Space Stone. And the important thing to remember, if you have seen that Comic-Con footage, is that when he's wielding the gauntlet, using it against the Avengers, like he hucks a piece of meteorite at the Avengers, like he rips it off of a moon and throws it at them. The gauntlet that he's wearing doesn't have all the stones in it, so it's possible that he doesn't assemble all 6 stones before the end of Infinity War. They might actually legit save the Soul Stone for Avengers 4, because one of the big differences between Infinity War and Avengers 4 is that in Avengers 4, Captain Marvel will be joining the fight. And although they're going to change her backstory a little bit, there's always the possibility they could tie her powers to an Infinity Stone, although the Soul Stone is a little bit different from Captain Marvel's powers in the comics. Her main claim to fame is that she can absorb pretty much any type of energy and redirect it. If she absorbs enough energy, she can assume her binary form, which sort of empowers her with a version of the Phoenix Force. Like she just has this crazy cosmic level ability. She's not quite as powerful as the Phoenix, but binary form Captain Marvel is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe, which is why Kevin Feige has been hyping her up so much. So if we don't see that during the Captain Marvel solo film, we'll probably see binary form Captain Marvel during Avengers 4 when she's fighting Thanos. But just running down the list so far, the Tesseract, at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we see Loki steal it from Odin's vault, pocket it, and then we get that post-credit scene. We saw Loki with the Tesseract on planet Earth during the Infinity War trailer at Comic-Con, meaning that either he jumps away before Thanos can get to them, or he uses that to get his people away, because we see Thor faceplant on the Milano. So at some point, he's floating through the vacuum of space. But I think the idea is that Thanos tries to take the gem from him. Thor tries to fight him off because he's unlocked his Thor force by the end of the movie. Thanos still pounds him like a rag doll, and you see him floating in space until he hits the Milano. But the next gem, the Aether, the Reality Stone, was last seen with the Collector. Just assume if you haven't seen one of the Infinity Stones since it was last given to someone, assume that that person still has it. So obviously the Mind Stone is still in Vision's forehead, the Power Stone is still with the Nova Corps, the Time Stone is in the Eye of Agamotto, currently being worn around Doctor Strange's neck during Thor Ragnarok. I've been falling for 30 minutes. I know it seemed like they gave him a major power upgrade with the way he was able to one-up Loki, even though Loki has magic in the way that Doctor Strange has magic. He calls him a sorcerer and charges him with those knives. They were mostly doing that for comedy, but it'd be interesting to see them actually try to weave spells against one another. But if you assume that both Loki and Doctor Strange are wielding Infinity Gems, then they would probably be relatively evenly matched. But I think for the most part, the idea is that Doctor Strange is the most powerful magic user on the planet right now. But from the looks of it, we see no Soul Stone to be found. And the thing about the stones is that they're typically hidden inside other objects in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So on the off chance that they do include the Soul Stone in Black Panther, there are a number of ways they could weave that into the logic and the lore of Wakanda. Like they have something called the Djalia, which is sort of like an astral plane where souls go when you die. It's an actual place that you can travel to. When you see Black Panther against the purple sky in this area here in the trailer, that's where he is. Like he's getting ready to talk to his father, the spirit of his father. They could use that as a version of the Soul Stone because within the Soul Stone is contained this special realm. So the ideas of the afterlife, Soul Stones is very endemic to the Black Panther character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But because you typically find stones inside of other things in the movies, they could tie it to the vibranium. If it wasn't clear, Wakanda's vibranium is taken from a meteorite that crashed there thousands of years ago. So they've been using it, it's been leaching into the soil, that's where you get the heart-shaped herb from. So Black Panther gets a lot of his special abilities because a lot of these plants have been growing in vibranium-tainted soil for this whole time. The meteorite itself is called the Menengai. They don't know where it came from, they only know it's alien in origin, so it's always possible that the Soul Stone could have been inside that meteorite. But I think it's more likely that they'll just save the Soul Stone for Infinity War in Avengers 4, and we won't see any Infinity Stone inside Black Panther. Vibranium by itself is powerful enough to be really special. In the Black Panther movie, looks so unique, it just demands your attention in a way that the other movies haven't in a little while. So honestly, I don't think that they need an Infinity Stone to get people's asses into the theater to see the movie. Like usually when you hear there's going to be an Infinity Stone, you get really excited. That's become less and less of a thing in the last couple of movies. Like Spider-Man Homecoming, they had the brand new suit people were excited to see. Then they unfurled a whole new one at the end of the movie. No Infinity Stone to be found. So we know that Avengers Infinity War is going to be sort of a 70s style heist movie with Thanos going around taking the gems from the Avengers with the help of the Black Order. But given the way they've been treating all the Infinity Stones for the last couple of movies, it just feels like they're going to save all of the Soul Stone stuff for those two movies. But let me know in the comments, do you think that they will actually save the Soul Stone for Infinity War, given that Thanos does not have all of the stones in the Infinity Gauntlet when he's fighting the Avengers in that trailer that we've seen already? The whole idea, and they've since confirmed this, is that there will be a bunch of Avengers Thanos follow-up. It's just that the first part of Infinity War is going to be the heist movie. Avengers 4 will be more of like the legit Thanos Infinity Gauntlet saga, where you see him actually using it to change things about the universe. So what'll happen is I'll post my Easter egg video next. That should be up later tonight. The Thor ticket giveaway is still going on. You can use the gift certificate for any movie that you want. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. Congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Chris Jordan. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. You can click here for that post-credit scene video, and you can click here to learn about the new Terminator-style Superman TV show. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.